Hey guys, Tyler2K here. Today we're going to take a look at Leo in Season 2 and all her changes for the game. As usual, this is a cold watch, although I have played against quite a few Leos simply because Leo seems to be very strong in Season 2. But yeah, we'll go ahead and go over it. But because it's cold, if I make a mistake, please let me know time code to set a mistake. Other than that, like as usual, if I miss something, same thing. I count that as a miss, as like a failure. So same thing. If I miss something like very obvious, please let me know. That way people who watch this after the fact can know better. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Oh yeah, this was requested by a watcher. So if you guys want to see someone who's next, let me know. We do have Evo Japan coming up next weekend. And then furthermore, I have some... I wanted Tekken Tag 2 content out tomorrow. The video's been done for some time. I still need to do the voice recording. And I'll probably get that out on Saturday instead. But yeah. Let's go ahead and start. Okay, so in Season 2, Leo received adjustments aiming at expanding offensive options, such as Fobu, and then Jinji Du Lui, or Li stance. I have no idea what those stances are. We'll figure them out. Low profile advancing Fobu stance, so that must be BOK. Previously lacked effective options against focus on standing guard. Yeah, that's brand new. So yeah, that's exactly what it is. So Fobu BOK stance. 3+4, yeah, brand new low option. Really fast I-16 NC. Best of all, like the really nasty part about this is that it's only -12 on block, so that move is insanely strong. I don't think it does anything on counter hit. Let's go ahead and just check that to be safe. Yeah, nothing on counter hit, but still we're left at a +4 for a -12 outside of stance, and it's again completely invisible on what was that 16? Yeah. So yeah, no human's going to react to that. So that's super annoying. I think if I remember correctly, it has a little bit of tracking too as well. I'm not sure how well we're going to be able to test this. Okay, so track to our right and to our left at +2. So I mean, what's not to like about that? Almost certainly you can low parry it, but okay, who cares? Interesting. Okay, so Leo can now close distance from mid-range while chipping away at the opponent's health. I mean, yeah, you have options like BOK2, which is safe on block, has okay tracking, not the best tracking, but okay tracking in general. So now you have this also high crushing pressure tool off of BOK 3+4, and you still have options like BOK 3, which are still pretty good, even though they don't launch in this game. But yeah, that's really strong. So Jinji Dooley, so that must be K&K stance, aka 4 at 4. So we have startup and mid attack. K&K 1+2 has been sped up, 22. Okay, I mean this seems about the same speed. So I guess we'll find out how much quicker it is. Also low attack 4. Ah, yeah. So a better applied pressure to an option like K&K 4, which I think is a counter launcher by the wall, especially. +17, I'm not sure immediately. Bare minimum, I'm sure we can do like down 4 pickup, yeah. And there you go, wall splat option on the table as well. Okay, new move. Oh yeah, so K&K 1-4. Brand new option, which should be noted with K&K 1-4. This also causes strong aerial tailspin state. Also, I think it's either +2 or +4. +4, yeah. So it's a high. So one thing of note, obviously, it's like okay, well you can duck, but then you duck into the heat engager. The big difference here, though, K&K 1-2 is now -10 rather than -8 or -9. Although I think the K&K 1-2 is a full launcher. Let's find out. Okay, yeah, full launcher and also NCC as well. So yeah, fully linked in, really strong. But now, yeah, okay, Leo has K&K 1-4 also, which causes wall splat. Presumably same thing. Also on the first hit NC or NCC option to full splat. Yes. Okay, really strong. So allowing Leo to maintain offensive pressure, being able to act first even though the move is blocked. This move also causes strong aerial tailspin as shown, expanding options. I notice I've seen like people doing like that type of structure. Let's see, can I go into like forward 3 afterwards? Okay, meter pop probably, or maybe another down forward 1 or something like that. Okay, Yeah, meter pop probably. I'm sure there's something else for Leo. Insball stand 3, I guess, probably has the range and the speed to pick up. Let me try one time. This is not my forte. Okay, I have to do it a little bit faster. I'm doing it one more time. Whoops. Whoops. I gotta think about it, sorry. Okay, a little bit too much pushback on the Insball stand 3, but I'm sure Leo has something else afterwards. Final one. Final one here. Let's just do back one 4. Okay, back one misses, so. Okay, so yeah, probably just heat burst, meter pop, extend the combo, forward 4, K&K 1-4 again, into some sort of follow-up hit or whatnot. Let's see. Expanding arrow combo options. Additionally, the once per round enhanced follow-up option. Once per round. Oh, okay. I see what they're saying. They're saying the low heat smash is gone, but now instead, Leo can perform the low heat smash without going into, or sorry, so I'll do it like 4-4-2, or I guess wall stand 4, 1+2. I know is an option. So there you go. So now it's not costing us all the meter. It's only costing us half the bar. So then we can go for it again, twice at least per setup. If you meter pop, it probably doesn't work. Okay, you can still get 2, assuming it hits though. So okay, yeah. So they got rid of just the option. So instead, you can probably do meter pop. Yeah, mid option right the way out of the K&K stance. Furthermore, the K&K stance still causes a wall splat launcher in this game, which I don't know why Leo still has that. It doesn't feel very fair. But yeah, that is still a thing. So yeah, change from heat smash to move usable when lightning glare is available. Keep in mind the issue here for an option like 4, 1+2, is that unlike the low heat smash variation, and actually look at that, it costs us our install. So technically we don't even need. We can do this 3 times, and we're going to do it one more time, outside of heat, which then costs us our install. Evidently the lightning glare must be the name of the install for Leo. So easier to apply low-mid mix-up from K&K, which is pretty absurd, because like one of the things that like Leo has that, okay, well, let me just jump right into it. So like K&K 3 is a hop kick, and it's a launcher. It's hard to max punish K&K 3 because K&K 3-4 is also on the table. K&K 3-4 is also effectively safer, but because it's a double hit, it can be punished bigger. But at the same time, like you see there, K&K 3-4 is -12 on block, which is crazy for a hop kick. It's also considering it's active for 2 frames, right? So technically it could be -10. So like K&K 4, and what I was trying to say, sorry, she still has like K&K 2. Like K&K 2 is still on the table. So the high is her low in this position option, and then also furthermore, like K&K 1+2 is a launcher too. So it's weird that they meaning Namco had opted to focus on giving Leo like a K&K 4 1+2, which is still only -14, and while it can be low period, it's not launch punishable, and it still causes wall splat, similar to like June's heat mode low option, or sorry, her Gen new option that doesn't require meter anymore either. So I don't know, little silly sort of stuff, but yeah, we're jumping way too far ahead. Okay, so K&K 1-4, strong aerial tailspin state, +4 on block. Looks like she can transition probably into BOK by tapping down. Okay, so instead of us being +4 in standing, we're +8 in FC. Oh, sorry. Or by FC, sorry, I mean off of BOK. And then +8, we have BOK 3+4, right? I don't know if I should jump that far ahead. Well, I might as well talk about it. So video number 3, like a top right corner sort of thing. Keep in mind, so after this K&K 1-4, we transition to BOK. Actually, you know, it'd be easier to show you than tell you. So let me just show you that. But basically, there are no frames here for Jin to get airborne. And that's because hop kicks typically take 9 frames to get off the floor. So let's go ahead and put that on. We'll put him to punish. And we'll do it on the 3rd hit. So that means I need to make sure that the K. Okay, maybe not. Sorry. Oh yeah, there you go. So there are literally no frames here for him to hop kick us, even though we're only +8, and that's because the BOK 3+4 is 16. Now, if it was 17, he could hop kick us, but no, here he has to hold that shit, which is really nasty because only -12, right? So like best case scenario for Jin here, you can do wall stand 4-4 for +6, but there is no like wall stand 1-3 on the table for him for a launcher if the ground is beneath us too. So yeah, I didn't even know that she can transition into the BOK off this position. That's crazy. It's +4 until +7. Also, what should be noted is I don't think that's realistically going to happen. But like, let's say your opponent ducks under your the K 1-4, the double high. Then if she transitions into BOK, you have BOK 1+2, which is a power crush. So if they're late on punishing it, you actually just armor through them anyway, which is funny as shit. That's realistically never going to happen, but it's something of note that it is possible that it can happen. Okay, so BOK 3+4, that's the BOK 3+4, that move right there. So yeah, again, +4, double low, NC option, -12 on block. Tracks both directions, as we've already seen in the beginning. I mean, what's not to like about this move? This move probably should be slower, but yeah, really massively good addition to her BOK kit. Seeing as how BOK wasn't even that bad, I mean, right? Sure, okay, why not? Okay, we got running 3. So probably +6. Yeah, +6. Transition into BOK. And then, yeah, we have access to BOK at +10. Let's see. I think BOK 3 or 2, 19. So they can still Rage Art and Power Crush through this. We probably have something like probably BOK 4, which transitions into K&K. Sorry, I don't know all the frame data for her. Okay, so now we trade on 10. So let's see here. Okay, well, she would have BOK 1. Ah, there you go. That's good. So it hits on 13. Yeah, BOK 1-2 on block is -14. But BOK 1-2 is also a counter launcher that high crushes too. So like if your opponent tries challenging here, minus at -10 position with a jab, you'll go right under the jab and then counter hit launch Jin here. If he basically does anything, you basically win, right? Because I mean, you have literally all the frames in the world. +10 into a 13 framer. I mean, what's not to like? So realistically, you don't want to go for, like, let's say a BOK 1+2, risk versus reward. Why would you take a -12 when a lot of characters can't launch a -14 anyway? Or you can then continue pressure with an option like running BOK 3 instead, where we low crush and then wall spot and stuff like that too. But of course, again, option like BOK 3 doesn't launch either. But still, that seems really nasty. So like a BOK 2, 1-2 if you think they're gonna mash, or BOK 3+4 for your low poking option. That can only be low period, but it can't be crushed simply because there's not enough frames to crush her. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, reduced recovery time by 4 frames. So it probably was like +2 or something initially, or maybe Leo's just quicker to react now, period, but the frame data is the same. Reduce opponent recovery speed. Okay, there you go. So yeah, the frame advantage is the same. It just recovers quicker so you can apply offense quicker. And it gives your opponent less time to think. Because keep in mind, when you're piloting your character, right, you know what buttons you're hitting. Your opponent is the one who has to react to them and react accordingly. So you can be formulating your strategy faster and then apply pressure afterwards, and your opponent might be caught off guard simply because of the recovery speed and whatnot. Basically, they have to deal with this 50-50 quicker, and they might not have high pressure situation, reaction times, tired, eye off the prize sort of stuff. It's big. Okay, so we have K&K access, can now do Heat Burst. You can also furthermore meter pop with the Heat Smash after K&K. Also, it looks like just like Leroy, she can cancel. Yeah, she can cancel K&K into a throw. That seems a little overpowered, though. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't like it because this is another frame data thing. So on block with Leo, Leo is +9. The issue here now, though, is that you can't actually sidestep back 1-4 at all anymore. Regardless of your opponent, they can't sidestep this second hit. And they used to be able to, like most of the casts could sidestep it. So now instead, either you're +15 or +19, I guess, on counter it with the forward transition. But on natural hit, you're +15. And then from here, like everything is like really fast, so there's literally no time, no frames to mash anything. Or you apply pressure at this +9 frame data. So back 1-4 by itself. Remember, you can't sidestep this anymore, right? You're +9. So now at +9, you can go for Heat Burst, which interrupts everything except for Power Crush. So you would trade on a Power Crush, which means their Power Crush should win because the second Power Crush always wins in that scenario. But like, okay, you don't have to do, yeah, meter pop here, or furthermore, K&K transition, and then also meter pop. Because as mentioned, the fact that, like, you know, again, I don't know why this Heat Smash still tracks, or sorry, still full launches. I mean, that is super, super fucking good. Also, 50 damage. She barely does less damage than a normal mid one anyway. And then you get the benefit of the wall splat on it. But yeah, that's huge, huge, huge. Let's see here. Okay, so what I was trying to get to, my apologies, is this. So again, video number 3 sort of issue. So we have our 12 frame throw. Generically, up forward 1+2s are 12 frame in this game. So same thing, when you're executing at +9, there's no frames for them to do anything, including duck jab, because duck jab is not an instant attack. Okay, well, it should theoretically. Oh, you know what it is? That's why we're losing here. Interesting. Okay, so I take it back. Our up forward 1+2 out of stance isn't +15. So even though, or sorry, it's not 12. So even though we are +9 here, our throw is not hitting on 12, it's hitting on 15 instead. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, your throw basically would beat Power Crush. It would beat a couple of different defensive options. But on 15, let's see here, -9, that's 6. So yeah, you would beat Rage Art. This does beat Rage Art, at least at the bare minimum. And same thing, I might as well prove it, sort of thing. But yeah, we do beat Rage Art, but I was thinking that the cancel off K&K is 12. Now, I would have to look at my old video when it comes to Leroy's. I don't think Leroy's had a penalty on his, but maybe I am completely mistaken. But yeah, we'll go ahead and steal Rage Art. So keep in mind, Rage Arts activate on, the armor activates on frame 8. Power Crushes act on frame 7 in this game. And then, yeah, they hit obviously on frame 20. There you go. So we thread the needle on the Power Crush. Likewise, if he was to go for Power Crush, like for instance, we'll do Corpse Thruster down 1. Same thing, we're going to beat here cleanly. The only difference now is we're going to get a little bit more dramatic of an interrupt on it. Whereas the Rage Art is not dramatic at all, but the idea is the same. You can interrupt the armor frames on the Rage Art. The only difference is Rage Art released, it's 1 frame slower, of course, like I just mentioned, but also you cannot counter it Rage Art still in this game, which is very, very unfortunate, in my opinion. Because it really fucks up certain characters really badly. Okay, so interesting. So yeah, the throw is 15. That's crazy as shit. I'm not sure why, but hey, you got it. So let's say you don't want to go for like K&K4, which of course is so good now. Why wouldn't you want to go for K&K4? But yeah, you can at least go for a throw as well if you want to apply unexpected stance pressure. Maybe you want to mix it up. You want to make your offense dynamic. I don't know. There's a million reasons why you'd want to do it. I was thinking the frame trap would be perfect, but no, on 15, mathematically, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so Lightning Glare, we've determined must be Leo's enhanced state. So initially, this option was a Heat Smash, so it required meter for you to pop it. But now, let's go ahead and put that back. But now it just costs you your charge of install now instead. But yeah, this used to be, like I talked about, a low heat smash, but now it's Leo's mid that can be performed at a K. But again, yeah. 4, 1+2, out of stance, and then also it should cause wall splat. Okay, so a little bit too close, but if we were a little bit further away, it would work. Also, I imagine you can kind of do what a character like... What is she called? Okay, maybe not. Yeah, a character like June can extend her Gen heat smash, like low off the for a wall carry. Evidently, Leo's not that lucky. Not everyone can be June, I suppose. Yeah, you can if there's like few enough hits in your combo, but realistically, you're not going to be popping your low heat smash with like that little meter on the table, or so that few combo hits. So yeah, that's not so much a thing anymore. Okay, so now it consumes heat meter 300 frames, aka 5 seconds, and then otherwise it consumes your one charge of the install again, which you get from a couple of things. So either you get it from, so again, you pop it, you lose it. So you either get it during your heat mode state, otherwise options like 442 into her old key charge, which technically she's not key charged, she's just under the special state, and a few other properties like down 4 to charge option, so on and so forth. I think up 421 probably still causes it too. Oh, I have to hold it. Yeah, so yeah, now, okay, hey, now you don't need heat to go for your heat smash. And then if you're far enough away from the wall, of course, that will effectively work for a wall splat. Let's go ahead and prove that. Meter pop here, probably is this far away. Yeah, look at that, full splat, easy combo, back 1-4, K 3-4, some shit like that, I'm sure. Okay, and instead, it's now -13 instead of, or sorry, it's -14 instead of -13. That's not a big deal. Again, Brian and Lars are more meta characters nowadays, but at the same time, that's it. That's the only characters you really have to worry about. Everyone else is fairly subdued when it comes to their 14-frame punishers. Okay, BOK 1+2. Okay, wow, so this was 25 and now it's 22. So that's significantly quicker. And again, the BOK, or sorry, KNK 1+2 is a counter launcher. So if you're big plus frames like back 1-4 option and then go for that, they try to mash out anything. Oh, shit. What am I talking about? KNK 1+2 is a mid. There's no duck shabbing anyway. Sorry about that. Okay, the point remains. Yeah, I forgot about that. My bad. Okay, 3-2-3. Reduce hitbox. Opponent on hit or counter hit. Okay, so probably combo structure thing. Okay, that kind of looks about the same distance. Maybe it's like... Ooh, I don't like the timing though. Okay, so they're left closer, it says. Forward 4 also. I used to play a lot of Leo. That doesn't look that better. I mean, it must be better, though. Okay, that looks a little better, though. Maybe that's just... Maybe I'm more used to seeing back 1-4. Okay, it looks a little closer. And then back 3... Oh, back 4, sorry. Oh, is that like a cancel? Oh, weird that they have the wrong notation then. Because the parenthesis notation is basically their tilde. But you're not tildeing this input, you're just mashing it out. Okay. Huh. The fuck would you use that? Huh. Interesting, okay. Otherwise, Fobu 4, so that's the BOK 4. Same thing. Where the fuck are you using that move out? Okay, probably some sort of cancel line instead. Okay, you're left closer post KNK entrance. Sure, okay. 1-4, reduce distance on hit or counter hit. Corrected blocked frame advantage. Oh, does that mean I can block now? Interesting, okay. Same thing. Let's go ahead and have him duck jab, huh? Okay, now duck jab wins. Corrected the block advantage display. Oh, I see what they're saying. So you are technically you're -2. And then yeah. Similar thing like I was talking about earlier too. Where we can't duck jab. We have no frames to get off the floor yet. So it probably said you were like minus something or another, and the frame data was completely off. Or maybe it said you were plus, and technically you weren't plus because you're stuck in stance or something like that. I'm not too sure. But distance on counter hit, though. Let's see about that. Okay, so that does seem like I'm left closer. 1-4 probably. Okay, so maybe there was a fringe case for like 1-4. Yeah, maybe 1-4 used to push back really far away. I could probably see that being the case. Where you couldn't actually apply your K&K pressure or something like that. So now it's been normalized. That's probably what it is. Let's see. Let me go ahead and put counter it off. Yeah, it looks like the K&K pressure is always going to work from this position. Okay, that's good. 402. Reduce the distance opponent on hit. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. So 402 is her 14-frame Punisher. Under the effects of heat mode, she also has 4-2-4-3, which in my opinion is extremely overpowered. Hence it wall splats. Also safe on block. Actually, it's better than safe on block. It's technically +3. Like, that's really good. And then it looks like also we can transition into BOK. You have +6, sure. Okay, so they're saying 4-2 by itself has now less pushback, which is probably important for like down 4-2 structures where you go for like a stand 4 or a 4-2 afterwards. So that's probably what it is. It's not so much a Punisher sort of buff as a combo buff for Leo to extend her combos with. That's my guess. It's a looking combo facing. Okay, down 4-2 +3. Hitbox has been expanded upward. Okay, so same thing. Maybe in certain combo structures, this would whiff. That's the only kind of thing I can think of, because the hitbox is our active, frames of us attacking with an option like down 4-2 +3. So yeah, in certain combos, you would go for down 4-2 +3. I don't know if they are off the top of my head. Maybe, yeah, something like that. Probably wall stand 3. And then maybe 1-4. Yeah, something like that. I'm sure that'd be something you would want. But yeah, now they're saying, okay, maybe if they were too high initially, if they're a little bit too higher than expected, you couldn't hit them in that airborne state. Okay, so there you go. So like that's a good example. They're too high, but maybe for other lower launchers, the down 4-2 +3 would sometimes phantom whiff. That's my guess. Because again, it's a hit box, again, which is your attack. It's not the hurt box, which is your defensive, box that your opponent can hit. So you get hurt. Okay, back 1. Wow. Back 1 is now -3. Or sorry, 3 frames better. So it's completely safe on block. And I assume it's not a counter launcher. Okay, yeah, in Tekken Tag 2 this used to counter launch. Maybe even Tekken 7 the counter launch too. But okay. Maybe this is the linchpin as to why back 1-4 is so much stronger. Because now there's no more... there's 3 fewer frames for you to sidestep. That's probably what it is. So that means the back 1-4 cannot be sidestepped because of those 3 fewer frames. That's my guess. So yeah, that just makes it so back 1-4 is naturally a stronger option in general. That's my guess. Okay, back to 1, which, yeah, 14 frame option, back to 1, everyone's favorite, back to 1+2, which of course is your NC full launcher option. So increased recovery speed. So back to 1 is now -9. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, that says -4. Okay, did they revert this nerf? Because keep in mind we are in the emergency balance patch. So this might have been a buff that was gotten rid of. So yeah, I mean, back to one, like 1+2 being... Oh, okay, there you go. No, so... Okay, so no. They're talking about back 2 by itself, which means... Why? Okay, Namco, you say back 1, and we know you mean what you mean. Can't you just say, like, back 2 then? What the fuck is this back... Fuck off. Okay, so back 2 is now safe. Okay, tracking ability of the second attack has been enhanced when landing the first attack. So there's no more going to be, I guess, phantom whipping on both of these options. It makes sense because back 1-4, of course, would be your heat dash launcher. So yeah, you wouldn't want your back to 1+2 missing halfway or something like that. Right. Everyone would be kind of mad from there. Similar thing with, I guess, back to 1 by itself. Yeah, I'm trying to get him, like, where I can get him as late as possible, but I'm not going to be able to show up. But okay, basically, if the first one hits, the second one is also going to hit as well, which is a nice quality of life buff for Leo. Apart from that, like, back 2 being, like, -9, like, safer, just like back 1, doesn't feel great. The only kind of thing I can think of is maybe by them, same thing, like back 1 by itself, maybe by them making it 2 frames quicker, you can't actually reverse it or something like that. So let's go ahead. Let's throw like Dragunov on the Barbie here. I assume you can still reverse this, but I don't know. How would I do this? It'd be easier from the other perspective, because I don't think I can set punishment to do a reversal. Just gonna mash that shit. Hopefully we can get it. Okay, punish. Standing block, second hit. Okay, so yeah, we can still reverse, thank God. I'm gonna say, if you couldn't reverse, that'd be a travesty. Now, with that being said, in a similar vein, maybe, let's say, back to 1+2 used to be like a 7 frame window, and now it's a 5 frame window. So that basically means the reversal is a just frame, which means your opponent has to react immediately to the back to 1+2. That also could be what it means. Or that, likewise too, maybe back to 1 is the way to beat reversal. Maybe there's no frames to beat back to 1 now, and initially you could beat back to 1. Hence it becomes more of a proper 50-50. So yeah, here we reverse, but here the Tiger Claw forward, we can't. He can't beat the reversal. Like I said, maybe that's what it is. I wish I had like the older version of the game to prove it or test it, but I have a feeling that's what it means. Okay, QCF 3+4 hitbox, the first hit has been expanded downwards, alleviating instances where it's whiffing. I see, yeah, this looks very similar to Lily's QCF 3+4, except Lily's are double high, but at the same time, like Leo's QCF 3+4, yeah, it was a little bit high kicking, so maybe certain scenarios you can get low profiled while you went for an option like this. I mean, the second one makes more sense, right, because she's doing a double kick high. But on the first one specifically, I mean, I can understand why you wouldn't want to get Phantom Crushed. At the same time, like, Leo is one of the worst, like, perpetrators when it comes to Phantom Crushing with BOK dancing, like, going under shit. Right? So, yippee. Okay, Lightning Glare. Forward 2-4. Recovery time when blocking has been increased. +1 to +3, so yeah, we already shown that already. +3 is nasty, and then furthermore, when you transition into BOK, we're now +6 rather than +4. +6, same thing, would get you, hey, you want to trade BOK 3+4? Or I guess technically also BOK 1 would still win that spot, right? So that's also pretty good. Yeah, I mean, not much to hate on there. That does still allow for... right? The Power Crush to win. 4 + 3, yeah, 7 frame on 7. That makes sense. And then, yeah, so Power Crush still wins there, but then I guess you would lose to the low. But at the same time, I guess the low would still beat Power Crush anyway. So maybe it's kind of like a moot point thing. But okay, more frame data for Leo. Sure. Oh wow, they buffed the flip away. So reduce the recovery speed or time by 16 frames. That's a lot. Yeah, kind of similar to Lee when Leo performs the jump away. You could technically chase her down and go for like a running attack and punish her. Now 16 frames means we recover very quickly after spin away. And this wouldn't have been the case before. We could be challenged with, like, again, an instant running option. Because as soon as you see this flip away animation, she's stuck in this, like, flip away state, and then she just recovered after, and then you can punish her for doing that. But now 16 frames quicker is significant. That's like, I wish I'd framed that on this to be like, oh yeah, that seems like about 20 or so frames, 22 frames, maybe 23 frames. So now imagine an extra quarter second to punish that, right? That's pretty good. So yeah, obviously they had to get rid of it because no fun allowed. Okay, opponent's down, now does 1 more damage. Okay. I don't see the benefit of it. Let's do the math really fast. Okay, so let's say you're 70% scaling. So 15 damage. Yeah, it still does 15 damage because technically at the wall. Yeah, no, we did right here, 15. So numbers are rounded down, but if you're above the 50% point, they're rounded up. So basically, yeah. So again, that was what, 21 divided by, or 21 times 0.70, which, yeah, same thing. So rounded up, right? So we see the 15 damage is talked about. I don't know where the stomp doing 1 more point of damage would actually be a thing, though. Because, yeah, let's see. Oh, whoops. I didn't know they would do that. Holy shit. You realize your fight stick works on Microsoft Calculator, by the way? Alright, I don't know how I'm gonna get the fucking low slump with that option. This is like a Tekken 6 combo. Oops, can't do that anymore. Yeah, it makes sense. The dab is now a thing off of CD1. Yeah, I'm not sure. But okay, maybe there's a scenario where the stomp dealing 1 more point of damage makes a difference. Otherwise, okay, it's a buff to her stomp. Right? I mean, it could be something as simple as that. Something as simple as that. Okay, lightning glare, back 3, 1, 2. Adjust the behavior on blocks. So the second and third hit is no longer a natural block string. Okay, does that mean, like, they can reverse? Adjusted the behaviors, or the opponent's behavior on blocks so that the second and third hit no longer result in a natural block string. Yeah, like I said, is that just a reversal thing? Oh, unless there's literally no frame to do anything. Okay. So wait. Are they just saying that now you can't, like... What I think they're saying is that originally back in the day, whenever you would perform back 3-2, Leo would effectively be minus 10. So that way, if you tried like duck jabbing her or jabbing her out on 10, if she goes for the third hit would be option selected. So basically you would guard, you would mash out your punish in between, and then if she did that, oh hey, you're plus 13 and Leo's minus 13. Now though, they're saying hit 2, the 3 doesn't jail. And not only does it not jail, you don't have any frames to go for an option like reversal either. So forget about pairing, or sorry, forget about duck jabbing or jabbing out in general. You don't even have frames to parry the 2 hits in between now. So same thing, okay. Now you have to read, okay, back 3, 1 option, and then, you know, punish accordingly. Like, so now you punish them for basically whiffing, or they can't option select the final hit anymore, regardless, sort of thing. So yeah, that's really good to have a non-jailing string that basically can't be beat, right? That's like a very much a Tekken 8 sort of thing as well. And then on top of that, if it wasn't even worse for the to defend against Leo anymore, the option itself is only -12. Keep in mind, like this string, because we used to require Leo to have like key charge, Leo couldn't block, so you could launch her. Furthermore, even if you were able to time it out perfectly, I think the mid hit was still -14. So like even -13 was too much. So -12 is crazy. And then it looks like the final little building block here that makes it crazy good is now the move itself also requires less frames of your heat meter to do the actual attack. So now instead of taking a full, what is that, 5 seconds to do it, now you say basically another second and a half that you didn't have before, which is really, really good. I mean, what's not to like about that? Wow. Yeah, like an extra second and a half is crazy, dude. And it's safer on block. And, like, and it looks like the only real downside here for Leo, which is kind of insulting, is just it has less pushback now. But look at that pushback! What the fuck is that shit? They're actually really far away. I mean, every 12 is going to hit here realistically, but there might be certain weird axes where you're by a wall or something. Like there, you're starting to get into that more like dangerous kind of Tekken 7 sidewall sort of shit. Yeah, I wouldn't call that a nerf. That's like literally the only nerf of that entire list. Okay, Namco, sure. Okay, during heat. Recovery speed on hit is worse after her heat smash. So let's go ahead and confirm. Okay, well, first of all, is that a good thing? Like, okay, in this context here, let me show you what I'm talking about. So basically, we get a re-splat timing, so that way we don't have any wall hits here. Are you kidding me? There's no wall hits in this combo. So by adding 5 frames, making it worse, air quotes, it actually is better. What? Okay, so here's the downside. Don't get me wrong, there is a downside here. Okay, wow, that hits so fucking far away. I forgot Tekken 8. Okay, let's go like here. I'm not seeing a downside. Again, those are unskilled hits. Those are not wall options. Yeah, I don't... Okay, there might be some fringe case that I don't know about. That's not a nerf to me. 5 frames makes it so it's slow enough, again, for the forward 4 to resplat. Okay, I'm gonna do one last thing. I'm gonna do, like, let's we do back 4 option set. And then I can't remember what the combo. Some sort of BOK 1+2 under. Maybe it's manual BOK 1+2. Yeah, I don't see it, though. In my opinion, that's a good thing. Okay, another nerf. Damage of the third hit of 323 has been nerfed by 3 points. Oh, instant spin, 9 damage. So that's our 4th hit. Is counter hit on? No, not on. I can't believe the fight stick works on calculator. That's crazy. So 9 damage. So we were originally doing 10 damage. Okay, one less damage in the combo. Okay, it's a nerf, but same thing. It's not that big of a problem here. Okay, so startup of the attack has been changed. So BOK2 now is active for 1 less frame. So that probably means you can sidestep it now. Maybe originally it like full track to like Leo's, like her right, let's say. Bro, there's so many fucking frames though. Can you even say... There's so many frames! Like these are all this shit's forced now. Okay, so maybe what it is the KNK2 is so active, maybe you would wall duck into it and wall stand to the 15th frame. I don't know, man. That's the only kind of thing I can think of. Like I said, I was thinking, okay, well, that means it doesn't track any direction, which would be the normal thing for a different character. But because forward 4 into KNK is +9 on block, I mean, there's literally no frames. There's no frames to sidestep anyway. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, so yeah, KNK 1-2 is now -10 on block. That is a nerf because it used to be safe on block. Furthermore, it now has less pushback. So yeah, you're left right next to him, so -10 is always going to hit in this position. Keep in mind the reason that got nerfed is because she has a brand new option, which again is the KNK 1-4, which can also transition into BOK for +8. So yeah, it's still a launcher. I mean, right? What's not to like about this option? 4-3+4 launcher probably, or something like that. Yeah, so it's nerfed because there's now a 50-50 in its place. Sure. Okay, Phobu 3. Alleviate an issue where the positional relationship... Sorry, that's my cup's in the way. I'm kind of leaning forward. With the opponent becomes different than intended when used near the wall. Okay, let me move my cup. Okay, so probably when you're on certain axes, the BOK3 wouldn't properly splat, or maybe leave Leo in a back turn position, because like maybe the BOK3 would cross over, and then you would still splat him, but you wouldn't be the right direction, so they fixed that. Same thing, I wouldn't call this a buff, like I wouldn't call the other things nerfs. This is just a fix. Keep in mind that wall crush does not exist anymore, so that's something that's not mentioned here, but like BOK3 is only ever +5 now. There's no actual frame advantage by the wall where you're like +12 or +24 or something like that. That was changed in V2.0.01, aka the emergency patch. Okay, back 1+2, 1+2, 2. Adjusted the collision detection with the opponent to make it more difficult to slip under. Okay, so same thing, bug fix. I think that's her BBP. Yeah, that's her BBP input. What a fucking weird input in this game. Okay, make me do it the hard way. That's fine, game. Ah, okay, you can see right there, during Leo's final hit, she gets really... like, the hitbox doesn't make too much sense. Like, Leo should easily be going under here. So, yeah, okay, they fixed it. This probably is more of a buff than a bug fix. Like, you can see from there right away, that looks kind of sus as shit, but okay, sure. And then behavior plus. So back 1+4, her high-low, side sway for 2+4, the low crush option, and unblockable? Oh, Sabaki, the parry. Fix an issue where certain attacks cannot be performed from running state. Okay, so you'd buffer like side sway? Well, that's kind of cool. Okay, yeah, buffed or nerfed? Definitely buffed. These are some really silly fucking changes. I think the really big one, and I'll give a shout out to my Shaheen video. So when I make these videos, I typically talk about the buffs and nerfs in a vacuum. I don't really take outside consideration to inputs, and I don't mean necessarily what people think, which I definitely don't give a shit. But in the context of the character itself, while I do try to expand on a few things and give you guys, like, prod you in the right direction. Like a character like Shaheen, I never talked about how Shaheen Vortex was basically gone. And if I did, I only talked about it for like a minute. When part of the Season 1 Shaheen was the Vortex, right? So now, let me back up here by saying what I was talking about with, like, back 1-4. Like, back 1-4 is like the linchpin of everything that Leo has now. Like, expanding K&K options with, like, an option like K&K 1+2 being faster, K&K 2 while still being really, really strong. Now the K&K 1-4, which can also furthermore transition, again, into BOK. All these moves are all linchpinned on the fact that K&K cannot be mitigated by normal movement, defensive options, and on top of that, back 1 is an elbow, back 1-4 is a knee. So you can't even reverse these fucking moves to begin with. So when you strengthen an option like K by giving Leo more options, and then you're also like, let's also make back 1-4 significantly better, it really, really hurts the creativity and expression of a character like Leo. So, you know, hey, you might, for all you might argue with what Namco's forcing with this game, with like stance mix-ups, everyone has a stance, everyone does the same shit. Again, there's like usually some sort of counterplay around it. Back 1-4 has no fucking counterplay effectively in it. It would be different if this was a high. It would be different if it wasn't, you know, this or that. But because Leo still has all this legacy options, and now it's stronger in general, probably, I don't know, it's probably not an oversight, because again, like I talked about, they did explicitly make it 3 frames quicker. Really, really hurts the character. But yeah, all these are good. I mean, what's not to like about the new, okay, well, let's not jump to BOK 3+4 yet, but let's talk again about K&K options in general. Yeah, she has more options out of K&K. She can now perform her K&K low without the use of meter. Furthermore, again, you don't even need meter to do it as long as you have one install. You can still go for it. I mean, like little shit like that is incredibly strong. And who cares, again, if it's -14 when not like every character can launch it. So it's not even that big a deal in general. So without going through everything again, I mean, I can just skip right away. I can say like, yeah, for a fact, her adjustments to like Leo's frame data, everything in general is just better. Like, look at this. Punishment better, combo structure better, consistency better. Back 1-4, for some reason, let's make it safe. Back 2 now has a better natural mix-up to the meter pop. Bug fixes, buffing 4-2, 4-3 off of lightning glares. Mind-blowing to me. I can't even figure out why they would ever do something like that. Like, these are all good. Like, where's the real nerf? This is not a nerf. That's one less damage in combos. One less frame, making it so that you can actually punish the move? I mean, like, what? Right, what are we talking about here? K&K 1-2 is -10, but she has K&K 1-4 now. Is that really a nerf, or is that just an adjustment? Like, that's not even balanced. That's just, they added a move, so they had to naturally make it worse. But at the same time, they copped out by making it -10. And furthermore, again, the fucking K&K 1-2 is a heat dash cancel launcher. So it's not even like this is a flop state option, heat dash cancel. No, that's a full launcher that's -10, worst case scenario. Like, little stuff like that is absurdly absurd. Like, definitely a first, a #1 arrow. Now, her Season 2 stuff, man, I'm really close to giving her a full arrow up. So, as talked about, first of all, like, K&K 1-4 is really strong in general. To have a mix-up that is plus frames. And actually, you know, the one thing I didn't test, what does this do on counter hit? Okay, so knockdown counter. I'm saying if that was a launcher, I wouldn't even, instantly I'd say like full arrow. But yeah, again, the expanded repertoire of like giving Leo more strong arrow tailspin. Actually, did she even have strong arrow tailspin? Maybe Leo didn't even have it, but yeah, same thing. Okay, we just carry nonstop or heat dash cancel. Just keep doing it. Who cares? You know. Like, how many times do this? Okay, that doesn't work at least. Thank God. But you can probably still get a back 1-4 there. And then, yeah, BOK 3+4. Really, really good. It's so safe. It's not as good as, like, a homing mid tracking option that's, like, plus frames. But it's fucking as close as you can get to a homing mid. A basically homing low that is so safe, so fast, and yet still +4 on block. If this move was given to a different character, this would probably be +1, maybe +2. But like Leo leaving +4 is crazy, dude. Running 3 is still good. She kind of got that like Jin treatment where they like, hey, you know, let's force more stance mix up, but now let's do it off of running 3. But at the same time, let's make running 3 also quicker. Like, huh? Like, what? Heat burst out of stance, heat smash out of stance. Yeah, heat smash now not requiring meter, just requires the lightning install. K&K 1+2, like I said, strong arrow tailspin states. Ooh. Yeah, fuck it. I'm giving it. I'm giving it. I'm giving her an arrow on her right category. I'm giving her 2 arrows up out of 2 arrows up, aka 8 out of 8. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing with this character that I'm really seeing that's like glaring weakness for her. I mean, everything you want and more. Decent punishment game. Consistent long punishment. You know, forward 2 doesn't give enough credit, especially considering the fact it's NC and you can wall spot with meter and it's safe on block. Like the same thing if forward 2 forward in jail and you can duck it, be like, okay, it's not a big deal, but it jails. Okay, one last test. This will be the final. This is gonna be our final test. So back in the day, forward 2 on the second hit used to be counter launcher. Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely 2 arrows up. Like little stuff like that. Like, why? Now granted, oh, you know, you're gonna do sliding wall stand 3. It's not that easy, Tyler. Yeah, but it's also possible. Again, you know, it's possible. It's on the table, especially if you're by the wall, right? I'm sure same thing by the wall. Right, we get a pickup here. I could probably even forward 4K and K2 this, I imagine. Or 3-4, sorry. Like little stuff like that, man. Scenarios where like Leo's just naturally stronger in general, while still maintaining her identity, while now being even stronger to force 50-50s off her KNK and BOK. What's not to like about a character like Leo, for sure. So, yeah, again, 2 out of 2 arrows. She's really good. I thought Leo was a menace before. Leo is now really very strong. Way too early for a tier list. I know someone had asked me about that, but I mean, really good character in general. Nothing I can really complain about, especially with her changes. So, yeah, that was Leo Season 2 breakdown. I definitely need to edit this video down, which I will do. If there's a character you want to see, please let me know. I'll take a look at those. You know, consider becoming a member. That's how I make my money on the channel. We do have EVO Japan, not this weekend, but the following weekend. We will cover that. Let's see here. Also, hopefully get some more information regarding the Season 2.0. So it's 2.01 patch, not 2.1 patch, like I said, last video sort of thing. But yeah, we'll cover that. And then also, like, I have some Tekken Tag 2 stuff that I need to finish, and I'll be pushing out to you guys ASAP as well. Yeah, if I made a mistake, please let me know the time code that said mistake. Comments, questions, concerns, YouTube, Reddit, Twitch, Twitter, feel free to hit me up. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Later on.